All right, folks, in this video, we're going to cover the post bump option. And basically what post bumping is you're taking a post that you made, recently or some time ago. The only way this works is if you've made a comment. You've made a post in that particular group before. And what you're doing is you're basically taking that old post and making a comment on that post and moving it back to the very first page at the very top of that group. That's all post bumping is you're making a comment, and you can either leave that comment in place or remove that comment. And you can do that with this software. So you can do this on your account, or you could use another fake account that you set up to post bump some of your posts that you've made on your real legitimate account, so that you don't put your own account in harm's way per se, if Facebook ever did catch on, which right now it seems like they're a little bit lenient on this technique, so it works now pretty good, but it may not be that way in the future. So you just never know with Facebook. So one day the grass is green, the next day it's not. So that's how rapidly things change online. So let's go over this here real quick. So if you want to post bump let's say if you don't have a second account, we're just going to say in this example, you don't have a second account. You only have your original account. You only have one account. So you have the option to post bump with a comment or post bump with comment removed. So in both cases, the software is going to make a comment on a post that you made or whatever username you put over here. All right. Whatever name in Facebook you put over here, excuse me, as you were. So either way, it's going to make a post. Now, whether that post stays or is removed depends on what option you choose here. If I'm going to post bump one of my older posts back to the first page of the group that I've been posting in, then I'm obviously not going to want to leave a comment on my own post that I made. I'm going to want that comment removed. Of course, it would make no sense to comment on my own post and leave it there. So I would select post bump with comment removed. Now you have the option to select how much time you want to wait in between the software post bumping your post, and it will wait a random time in between each of these specified times here. So if I selected 2 to 5 minutes, software is going to make it's going to wait X amount of time frame in between here, and it's going to be random each and every time. So now you have the option here to take a break after the software makes X amount of after it basically post bumps X amount of posts. So let's say you want the software to take a break after it's bumped up 5 of your posts, then just select 5 right there, and then you have the option to select how long you want the software to take a break for after it's post bumped 5 of your posts. All right. Now you say, well, how do I know how many posts I'm going to bump? Well, that's what the list is here that you're going to upload. Okay. So you say, well, where do I get that list of, of groups from? Well, obviously they're going to be groups that you've posted to before. Else is not going. This option is not going to work for you. You need to have posted to the group before to have a post to bump back to the front of the group. Okay, to the first page of that group at the very top. So if you have not made any posts, then there's no need to use the post bump option. All right. So you would get these list of groups from your gather groups tab. All right. The information you saved here is what you would use to upload here. And you can remove groups or what have you that you don't want to post bump or what have you. And that determines the amount of groups that you're going to post bump. So if you say I only want to post bump 50 groups, then don't upload any more than 50 groups here. And like I say, you can specify how many posts of yours that you want to bump before you take a break, and then you can specify how long you want that break to be for. So everything is random, as well as the time that you're waiting in between every time you post bump a post. So Facebook really never knows, if it's a software. Everything is random with this process. So now you have the option. Now you need to put some ad copy over here, regardless of whether that comment is gonna stay in place. If you're using another account to post bump your own post from your legitimate account, but you need to have some ad copy here. I don't care if you put hello or whatever. There needs to be something in its block here. Email is going to be removed, regardless which option you choose over here. Whether you're going to post bump and leave a comment in place, if you're using a fake account, which I'll show you here in a second, or if you're post bumping your own stuff and you're going to have the comment removed by the software. Needs to be something in here to generate the post bump feature so that it actually works the way it's supposed to work. I'll have a video on this very shortly so you can see how this all works. I just wanted to just kind of get this out here. Now, you also need to have the exact name of the person's post that you want to bump. So let me show you here real quick. So if we bring up my Facebook. Okay, so let me explain this very simple. So if my name in Facebook is Sean Walters, right? This is how Facebook is showing my name. That's how it needs to be in the software. That's exactly how it needs to be when it's typed in here. If my name is Chris Fondy, that's how it needs to be. Let me give you something more complicated. If my name is Debbie Ann Japers or Jappers, exactly how Facebook is showing it, just like this, with the spaces, with the middle name and everything. That's exactly what needs to be here for this to work. And the way Facebook is, it works pretty well 90% of the time. Sometimes Facebook, even if you type in this name exactly, there may be somebody else that has something that's related to Debbie Ann Jappers, and their post may show up on that same page, and the software picks a random post to actually post bump off of that page. And you'll see what I'm talking about here when I make some other videos, as I'm going to make several, but it's kind of just wanted to give you an overview of what this process looks like and how you can use this post bump feature to actually post bump your post so that you don't have to always make post. You can just use this feature to comment and kind of, spread yourself out so you're not always having to post to the groups. So, but once again, this only works if you've made post to the group, okay? Whatever name you put in here, whether it's your name or someone else's name, they need to have posted to these groups before you can use this feature. All right, because if you haven't posted before, there's not going to be anything to post bump. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure for some of you it won't, but that's why I'll have to create some other videos so that you can actually see this in action. So other than that, folks, that is it for this video, and we will see you in the next video.